Welcome to Veterans Day Services. We, the assembled veterans groups, auxiliaries, fraternal organizations, and their auxiliaries, are proud to join with you in commemorating this national holiday. I would like to begin with the national anthem, played by the Fremont Ross Marching Band. We will now have our invocation by the chaplain of Fremont VFW Post 2947, Mr. Joe Everly.
Today, we welcome our veterans. We pay tribute to them and thank them for all their sacrifices, and where they served, and what their duties were. Each job is an important part of the total effort. For those who left but never returned, may they rest in peace. They will never be forgotten. For those who served and returned,
My name is Terry Stanford. I'm a past commander of Fremont VFW Post 2947. I currently serve as the Director of Sandusky County Veteran Services, and I'm the host and guest speaker of today's Veterans Day service. On Veterans Day, we honor every man and woman who's ever worn the uniform of our nation, those who selflessly secured America's promise throughout our history. Today, we salute the service of all veterans, and we keep in our thoughts and prayers the fallen, the missing, and those who right now are serving in harm's way. I had the honor of serving our country for 20 years in the Ohio Army National Guard as a combat engineer. I served in Iraq from 2003 to 2004 and retired from the Army in 2006 at the rank of Master Sergeant. I had the honor of serving under 4 different presidents during my time: Ronald Reagan, George H. Bush, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush. In December, January 2002-2003, I was deployed to Panama to set up a base camp for a 6-month engineering project. During that time, our military was gearing up to go to war with Iraq, and some of the soldiers in my platoon were joking about how it would be to go home only to be sent straight to Iraq. On January 8, 2003, I landed back in Ohio and found out I indeed had been activated to go to Iraq. I had 6 days to get my affairs in order before I left. I think I was in shock for days that this was really happening. After the shock wore off, I was somewhat excited. At that time, I'd been in the military for 16 years, and now I'm finally going to do what I was trained to do. Imagine practicing a sport but never getting a chance to play in a real game. That's how I felt. I was proud, scared, and excited all at the same time. Sometimes I get asked if I would do it all again knowing what I know now. My response is always the same: absolutely. Growing up, I always felt that I owed something to America. My mother was a child when the Korean War started on June 25, 1950. Her family was lucky enough to escape and lived in the hills of South Korea for months until the United States military was able to push back the North Korean army. I would not be here today if not for the sacrifices of the 36,000 Americans who gave their lives during the Korean War. As veterans, we take special pride in those who understand what it means to sacrifice everything for our country and to understand the high price we pay for freedom. Together, our active duty, National Guard, reserves are the reason we have the greatest military in the world today. From the beginning of our nation's founding, it was clear that our survival fell upon the shoulders of patriots who were willing to put it all on the line for a life free of tyranny. And from that beginning, those patriots, the defenders of this nation, recognized that only at great cost would the concept of liberty and justice become a reality, and only with great sacrifice would freedom prevail. Throughout the years, our veterans have become the most powerful force of men and women who wore the uniform of the United States military. It is our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen who have defended and preserved our way of life. Each page of America's history is etched with the sacrifice of our armed forces. On each page, the legacy of their accomplishments is written, and as veterans, we know all too well the dedication and sacrifice that serving our country entails. From defending our country in times of peril to helping on the home front, being a guardian of freedom is truly the highest honor. Peace and freedom are things that you achieve today but are never guaranteed. Several times, history has harshly reminded us that we must always be vigilant. But we are the lucky ones here, who are blessed with the opportunity to express our gratitude to our fellow comrades and to those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And this must not be forgotten. We must always remember that there are over 80,000 fallen servicemen and women that are still listed as missing in action from our past conflicts and wars. It is estimated that 40,000 are recoverable and can someday be brought back home to American soil. As we remember their sacrifices, we must always remember the sacrifices that the families of the missing continue to give. It is true, the cost of war extend far beyond the last shots being fired, and for the families of those missing in action, the passage of time does not heal their wounds. For them, the days become weeks, the weeks become months, and years, and now, sadly, decades. As veterans, we must continue to tell our stories so that our children and their children will understand the service and sacrifice that's required when America calls upon its military. People who put others before themselves is the story of America, an America that grows to greatness on the shoulders of ordinary citizens who refuse to ignore the responsibility of citizenship. Some of whom pay the highest price to preserve peace and freedom for others to enjoy. We are truly blessed that for almost 250 years, veterans have provided our nation with the security so that we can build upon our freedoms. It is an honor to be here today. Let us never forget those who served, and let us always pray for freedom and justice and a more stable world. As President Ronald Reagan once said, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We must all do our part to keep America the greatest nation on earth. Thank you. We will now have a few musical selections by our Ross High Band.
Band and hut. 1, 2. Make sure you angle in to see A.
Band, eyes up. 1, 2, 1, 2.
We present these wreaths on behalf of the 4 Medal of Honor recipients from Sandusky County. Civil War, Captain Charles H. McCleary, Sergeant John G. Miller. Philippine Insurrection, Colonel Webb Cook Hayes, and from World War II, Private Roger W. Young. Next, Fremont VFW Post 2947 and the Auxiliary. On behalf of Fremont VFW Post 2947, veterans of the Foreign Wars, and the Auxiliary, we present these wreaths in honor of our servicemen and women, past and present. And let us not forget our POWs and MIAs. American Legion Post 608 and their auxiliary. Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 33. On behalf of Fremont Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 33, we present these wreaths in honor of those who served and came home with the physical and mental scars of service for their country. Marine Corps League, Russell Booth Detachment. God bless the red, white, and blue. Dear Lord, my congregation from the United States, now this is the day I come to you with these words to me pray. For my friends and patriots in our settled earth, just raise your hand and give an eye for the past to serve. And honor them and hold them, for love keep them from harm. Thank you not to me tonight. Thank you for loving arms. For all who love this country and stand so brave and true. For culture or race we fight. God bless the red, white, and blue. Amen. On behalf of the PFC Russell Booth Detachment of 279 of the Marine Corps League of Fremont, we place these wreaths in honor of all veterans, past and present, in the defense of our country, the United States of America. Thank you. Gettysburg, Chapter 87.
Again, this year I'm blessed to place these wreaths for Vietnam veterans, Chapter 87, Jamesburg, Texas, named after my brother.
Daughters of the American Revolution.
The Colonel George Kroger Chapter, National Society, Daughters of the American Revolution, are privileged to recognize and place these wreaths for the service of veterans from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Space Force, Merchant Marines, and Coast Guard. The National Society of Daughters of the American Revolution members are passionate about community service, preserving history, educating children, and honoring and supporting those who serve our nation.
behalf of the Emblem Club, 156th Street, Ohio, we dedicate these wreaths to all our veterans, past and present. Thank you for all you have done.
Fremont Lodge, 169, Benevolent and Protective Order of Elves.
Today on Veterans Day, we pay tribute to all the men and women that have served this country in past wars and conflicts, and to those men and women that are currently doing their service to secure our freedom. To the many that have been able to return and be reunited with their loved ones, and to the multitude that have given the ultimate sacrifice. Fremont Lodge 169 presents these wreaths with respect, representative respect and admiration we as Americans owe to you. On Veterans Day and always, please know that the gift you've given all of us, our freedom, is the most cherished gift of all. We will never forget what you've done for us and our great country. Thank you, and God bless the USA.
Fraternal Order of Eagles, 712 Perry, and their auxiliary.
Good morning. On this Veterans Day, people throughout the country will gather to remember, to honor, and to pay gratitude to those who have served our country. Our gathering is just one small spark in the flame of pride that burns across the nation today and every day. It's not a lot, but it's one small way we can honor those who have made it the ultimate sacrifice so that we can live in freedom. On behalf of the Fremont Eagles Coronary number 712 and the Ladies Auxiliary, we lay these wreaths with pride and honor for those who have served our country proudly. Thank you.
Fremont State Joe.
We are the students from St. Joe Central Catholic. And in the name of the student body and staff, we present this wreath to honor all those who are in the armed forces of the United States.
We honor their self-sacrifice and their service to our country because of all who fulfilled their duties with courage and responsibility. We remain the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you, veterans, and God bless you.
We, the daughters of the Union veterans of the Civil War, Camp 151 of Fremont, Ohio, place these wreaths in honor of all veterans. Thank you for your heroic service and unselfish sacrifices. You have earned our undying gratitude and have blessed us with your dedication to our flag and country. Thank you for your service.
With the allegiance salute, followed by pass. As host of today's services, and on behalf of the veterans organizations, our lodges, and fraternal orders who took part in today's services, we would like to thank all of you who came out to show your thanks and support and respect to those who have served.